turns out okay. Okay. Cassie. Hi. Ow. You're shoving from. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So happy New Year everybody. It's finally 2021, so I know everyone's really excited for that. And this year we're going to start off my channel with something very interesting for me. I am going to attempt to cut my own hair. So I don't know if y'all can see the length, but this is about how long it is. The ends are like super dead. My hair's always tangled from these ends, and it just, no matter what kind of product I put in these days, it just does not help at the ends, and my hair just looks fried. So I have not gotten my hair cut since June. I was gonna go get it cut last month in December. I was gonna go home to Mississippi for the holidays, which I did. But my grandmother, who normally cuts my hair, was sick with COVID, unfortunately, and it sucked that it was right around Christmas time because I haven't been home in a year, and so I still haven't seen her in over a year, which sucks. But I was gonna get her to cut my hair because she does an awesome job and she does it for free. But thankfully, she's doing really well. My whole family's doing well, but because of that, I have yet to get my hair cut. So I found a video a while back on Mondo's YouTube channel on how to cut your hair at home. I watched it just because I love watching his videos, but now that my hair is in the stage that it's in now, I went back and watched it and I thought I can do that. That's not that hard. So we're gonna follow it today and I'll show you the results of someone that's never ever cut their own hair. I've never cut any hair except for Brett's. I've cut his hair twice. But I mean, a guy's haircut's totally different from like this kind of haircut. And the first time I did really good on his, and the second time there was definitely some issues. So this is definitely a beginner haircut following tutorial. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This channel is kind of all about me trying out new things in beauty, including hair and makeup. So today is a hair video, but I do a lot of makeup videos as well. And it's really just to show you guys what it looks like when an amateur tries to do these new trends and new techniques with everything, because it's not as always simple as they make it look on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. So if you enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Okay, let's get started. His video is called Hairdresser's Guide to Cutting Your Own Hair and Not Ruining It. He posted it last year because everyone was quarantining and not allowed to go to the hairdresser, and hairdressers weren't allowed to be open. So that's when he posted this. It has 5.2 million views. So we're just gonna follow this today. I will link Brad's YouTube video down below in the description.
Today, you're gonna learn how to cut your own hair at home properly. Let me just tell you, this video has been requested for such a long time. First of all, you're gonna need some tools in order to cut your hair at home. What you're gonna need is maybe a couple of clips. That would be nice. They can be any kind of clips. They don't need to be like this, but just clips in general will be good. Some shears, some scissors. I would recommend buying some hairdresser scissors. They're not expensive. You can get cheap ones, but at least they have the ability to cut hair. Using office scissors or kitchen scissors, it's not gonna do it as good of a job as this is gonna do. And it's going to kind of fuck up your ends if you try and do. You also need a comb and some hair ties. These are just like the tiny little ones. You're gonna need 4 of them. You can do big ones, you can do small ones, whatever you wanna do. Just a hair tie in general will work just fine. And a brush would be great in general. You definitely should have one of these. Here is everything you need.
Okay, so I've already got all the tools he needed, but it's really stuff that most people should have at home. I think the only thing that you may not have at home is the hair cutting shears. These were the ones I got when I cut Brett's hair, and I literally got these at Walgreens for like $6, so you know, you can find these anywhere. I think I found them in like the nail section, honestly. And then I'm going to be using the big rubber bands because I don't have any of those tiny ones. So hopefully that doesn't do any damage if I use these instead of the little ones like he's using. And then I've got my clips that I always use when I'm coloring my hair. That's why they look kind of gross.
As you can see, Miss Manny Quinn is beautifully prepped. So satisfying when hair is this straight. Her hair has been washed, and you need to do this also. Wash your damn hair. So after you've applied the proper products, please blow dry, then fully straighten your hair, bone straight.
Okay, so then he says you have to straighten your hair really straight. This is actually what my hair looks like after I just blow dry it. I have not put a straightener to it yet, but I'm going to straighten it just so that everything is bone straight like he says. I'm also going to part my hair in the middle. I'm pretty sure he says later on in the video that you can part it wherever you normally part it, but I just want to follow it exactly how he's doing it, and his mannequin has her hair down the middle. Okay, to straighten my hair, I'm going to use my, I don't know if it's called Baby Bliss or Babyless or Babeless. It looks like this. I've had it for years and years and years. It's like the only straightener I've pretty much ever had. The one I had before this was this one, but it eventually burned out, so I got another one. I love, love, love this straightener. It's really thin, it's long, it's got long little heating pads, I guess. And it's good for curling too. If you like to curl your hair with your straightener, it's really good for that as well, because this outside gets hot too. So I'm just gonna straighten my hair really quick. Okay, my hair is now washed, blow dried, and straightened. I would say this is pretty bone straight. I have some little flyaways going on up here. Not sure what that's about, but we're not cutting up there anyways, so that's fine. Now let's go on to the next step.
Let's get into the technical stuff. We're gonna start off by doing our 4 sections. We're using 4 sections, not 2. That's right. I see a lot of people doing 2 sections and pulling it to the front. Now, why that's bad is because when it's pulled to the front and you cut it there, when you pull it to the back, you're gonna get a lot of overhanging length, and it's gonna look kind of like a V, but like not a very cute V. Now that we have our part in the middle all set, you wanna bring it all the way down to the back. Okay, so we have it parted like this, all the way down the back. Now that we have that, we're gonna then section out each of those slices into 2 more sections. So we're gonna go to the top of the head, and you're gonna lay your comb on there, and you're gonna find where the apex is. That's the high point of your head, the tallest part.
Okay, so then he says find the highest point in your head. He uses like a comb, but I can't really, wonder if I could use another mirror. Look, it's right here, kind of. Is that right behind the ear? Yeah, okay. And then separate it using a comb.
And I'm gonna take the comb from that apex and go right behind her ear all the way down. Right there, right behind her ear. And those are our 2 sections on this side. And then you're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side.
Okay, let's see how straight that was. It's a little bit wonky, but it'll probably do for what. Okay, so this is my back section. So I'm gonna clip this, my front section, and then do the same on the other side. Perfect, so hopefully it still turns out good. Okay, now I've got my back 2 sections clipped off, and I've got these front 2 sections here. Okay, next step.
Done with step 1. Please make sure your hair is all brushed out or combed out. And let's start off with this front left section. You're gonna kind of want to see how your hair falls and be like, look in the mirror and figure out where you want your hair to land. If it's like right here, just mark it with your fingers and remember that spot. We're gonna take one of our elastics, we're gonna comb it together in our hands, and we're gonna make a little ponytail right where we want our hair cut. Make sure you're not directing the hair forward like this, okay? You want it to be right on the shoulder. So if your shoulders were there, it'd be like this. She don't have no shoulders. She's like, I don't need shoulders. And I'm like, okay. And right about here, I'm going to put my elastic in, all right? You can put it up high and then you can kind of drag it down. But make sure when you're putting it in, you're not lifting this section up or down, all right? You're not going like this. You're going like this, exactly how it should lay. Make sure to keep tension on that hair at all times. So now that we have that in there, to the best of our abilities, we're gonna take this and just bring it down. If you need to, you can just drag this down a little bit to exactly where you wanna cut it. So let's do like that much hair. And it should lay nice and flat.
Okay, so let me sit up a little bit so y'all can see my hair. Okay, so I think I want to cut off like this much. So this is the length I'm going to cut it to. And then we're going to move on to the back, and I'm really nervous about that because I have a hard time coloring my hair in the back, so I feel like this is going to be very difficult. Okay, now I'm going to unclip the back. I'm concerned because my back piece feels a lot thicker than the front, and I don't know if that's right.
Now that we have our front section done like that, let's move on to the back. It would be nice if you had a friend there to help, or a mother or a father or anything, just anybody, a dog, I don't know. So you're gonna be sitting like this. You need to comb out your hair down the back, put the tie in back here. You're not bringing it forward, you're not bringing it to the side. You're just gonna lay it down your back. The other one. If you don't have anybody to help you and you can't see the back of your head, you can comb it flat, take your hand, keep that tension on it just the way it's laying right now, and then follow it forward and put the tie on, and don't lose that tension because we want it to always lay flat in the back. So if it's going like this when you put it back, that's not right. It needs to lay perfectly flat.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep the tension like you said, pull it forward, put the tie in. Well, let me find the spot first. It's just hard because my hair is so long that when I reach back to do it, I can't get to the part that I need to reach. So I'm gonna have to start up higher and then drag it down. I don't know any other way to do it. Okay, so this is what the two sides will look like. I feel like I went a little bit too low down. Hopefully that's good enough. They're both laying flat, which is good. At least I think they are. Now we're just going to repeat the process on this side. Okay, so these are my front two sections. I'm just going to do the last section in the back. Okay, I got all 4 sections in, and now we're going to move on to the next step.
So what you can also do now is just put the comb across and just check if everything is straight. And in the front, don't worry if you have pieces coming off. That's totally fine. Those are just your layers. That's just face framing you have going on there. It's okay if some strands are coming out. We just want your length. Now onto the fun part. We're gonna start cutting our hair. Are you scared yet? Well, you shouldn't be because you're in good hands with me, okay? I'm gonna be doing this a lot where I have my scissors and my comb in the same hand. You can do it if you'd like. This is how it should look. Totally understand if you don't wanna do it. It's kinda hard. So you can always just leave the comb down, pick it up when you need it, and comb. You may have more sections than this. You may have like 6. That's totally fine too. We can actually just lift it up now at this point. It doesn't really matter where we lift it to because our section is still pulled really tight into where it's supposed to go. We are gonna point cut. Now, point cutting is when you go up instead of across, or down, but instead of across. We're not going across, none of this. What horizontal cutting is gonna do is give you a very sharp line. We're looking for a nice blended effect. We're gonna take that section and we're gonna start point cutting. You can also point cut downward, upwards like this, or downwards like this, okay? Doesn't matter. It's the same either way. I'm gonna go like this because it's more natural for me, but I'm just gonna start cutting that hair. Just taking a little off at a time. There's our first cut. Congratulations.
Okay, here it goes. I just feel like this is a really bad idea. It's not gonna look good. so now I've got this little nub, and it kind of just goes down to do this. Oh god. I hope it turns out okay. Okay.
Do the back section now the same exact way. So we're gonna lift it up. You can pull it to the front. You can cut it just like this. Just don't pull the elastic. We're gonna just start cutting this. Be careful with your hands.
There is hair everywhere. And Cassie's in here sitting by my feet, and I know there's hair all over her now. Okay, 2 sections down, 2 to go. Okay, now the moment of truth. What? Wait. No way. No way. Okay, it kind of has like an angle. Okay, it's a little weird. Oh my god. Okay. Oh no, I missed a piece. Can you see? Hold on just one second. Okay, so this section's a little bit longer, but this side turned out pretty good. Ah, I'm so happy. Okay, let me look at the back. Okay, so I think I got excited a little bit too fast. We've kind of got a situation going on in the back. It's kind of doing this. I'll just show you. Okay. Can you see? I hope y'all saw that. I couldn't see if you could see it, but I'm not sure like how best to fix that because it's at the back. Okay, I think I kind of fixed it. Let me show you. Okay, so that's the back now. I'm much more happy with it. Okay, now I'm gonna part it to the side and see what happens. It's really not bad. I'm like really impressed with myself right now. Then he goes into layering, and I didn't know if I wanted to do that, but since this turned out pretty decent, I think we should try it.
If you want to get a little more style, if you want to do a little more, we can keep going. All right, so we're gonna bring the hair back into those 4 sections once again.
Okay, so he goes back and does the 4 sections again. I'm gonna do that really quick. I am gonna keep it parted like this because this is how I normally wear it. And I feel like for layers, that's gonna be best.
We're gonna use those 4 hair ties once more. We're gonna take our brush this time, or a comb. You can still use a comb if you'd like, but I prefer a brush for this. All right, so now we're gonna take the hair and bring it all to the top of our head like this. Make sure it's all nicely brushed out. Super important that there's no tangles, everything is very smooth. And we're gonna take our finger and go through about 1.5 inches up or 1 inch up, just like halfway through that ponytail and let that down.
So then he gets this. Kind of just gets this top half. It's about as straight as I can get it. I'm sorry y'all can't see this. My frame is not as big as his, but basically my hair is up here.
And the rest of it we're gonna bring up to the top, put the elastic in while holding that tension just like this. So I just put the elastic right there. I'm not gonna cut it right there. Once it's tied tight, let it down very lightly. Leave it like that. So what we're doing here is we're gonna add layering. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the back. We're gonna lift it up to the apex. We're gonna let down half of that hair. Keep it up high while you're putting the elastic in and let it down. It's gonna look very weird, but it's all good. It's exactly what we want. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side.
Okay, the back is difficult. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The back is kind of a guess, so hopefully that doesn't become a problem. Okay, I've got all of my layers and hair ties. That part was actually kind of hard just because you're up here like trying to put a hair tie in your hair and it kind of hurts your arms, to be honest. But I think this is what you're going for because all of the bottom half of my hair is down, so I think that's right.
We're gonna do the same thing, point cutting, all right? Bring your fingers to the bottom, hold it like this, and you're just gonna take off that high point. So it's a little bit like bing, bing, bing. Just get rid of that. We don't need that. And don't make this perfect. Don't cut it straight across. Please don't do that. Make it very, very feathered. And don't take off too much. Like an inch is probably good. If you want a lot of layering, you can go for it. I wouldn't exactly recommend it.
So I'm gonna cut about an inch off. It's kind of hard to see.
And keep doing that on every single section and make sure you do the same amount on each side. So if you took an inch off that side, take another inch off this side and don't make it perfect. Working my way around town, faces present, homebound. And our last section. You can bring these to the front of your head, by the way. Just don't pull on them. You can also kind of spread it out with your fingers and go in between and point cut. Probably don't do it as fast as I'm doing it since you're probably gonna cut yourself.
Okay, I think I did what he's supposed to do. So now I'm just gonna take these out. Okay, I totally see what he means. That honestly made it look like 5 times better. What's next?
What we just did is going to be very evident when you blow dry it, not so much when it's straight, but as you can see, we have all those little pieces now. A little bit of layering at the bottom. It's not totally blunt. Now, lastly, you guys, you can always have a little bit of fun and we can add some layering in the front if you so desire to. You can take about 1.5 inches out of the front and while your hair is just laying flat, look in the mirror and point cut very so slightly and work your way down the hair, making little stairs. Beautiful. And kind of round out the bottom. That looks.
Okay, now I'm gonna attempt the face framing. Okay guys, so this is the final hair cutting result. I added the layers and a little bit of face framing, even though I don't know if you can really notice. I don't want to go too crazy with that because I'm really happy with how it is now and I don't want to like ruin the haircut. But I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I've never cut my own hair at home, but I mean, yeah, look at my ends now. They're so much better than what I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. Oh, so healthy, feels so good. I love a fresh haircut. It's definitely not perfect. Like you can see there's a little bit of something something going on right there, but overall I'm really happy with it. I would definitely recommend his video. It's super easy to follow and you don't need a lot of stuff that you probably wouldn't already have. So like I said, I'm gonna link his video down below. Definitely go check it out. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're having a great start to your new year. And if you've enjoyed this, please feel free to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.